Christian, thank you for inviting us to this program.
So, sir, so near yet so far because you have been waiting for this ratification. It was already ratified by the Senate yesterday,
Yes,
but there
yes.
was a problem at the House of Representatives. How do you feel about this leadership row that somehow prevented the ratification as expected of the BICAM report on the new Bangsamoro Organic Law yesterday?
Well, on our side, it is unexpected because even during the same day, there is already an assurance that it will be ratified by the House. And in fact, they told us that that will be their first agenda in the session. But then events like what happened yesterday in the internal problem with the House prevented it from being ratified.
Any word from the new House leadership when they actually plan to ratify the BICAM report?
Well, we are hoping that the new leadership in the House will immediately ratify the BBL. Anyway, it's already completed. All the processing, they have signed already the report. The BICAM have signed already the report. And so it's already completed. It's just a matter of formalizing the ratification. So we hope that it can be ratified today. And then we are holding on to the commitment also of the President that within 48 hours after submission to him, he will sign the Bangsamoro Organic Law.
But of course, he also said yesterday that he would first read the new Bangsamoro Organic Law because his words were, baka may mga isiningit, there might have been insertions. How did you feel about that particular qualification by the President?
Well, it's okay naman sa amin dahil we will also, on our side also, will try to review. And if we find something that is inserted beyond those agreed already, pwede kaming mag-complain sa kanya, can reach him and see him. So, okay naman yun, as long as yung sabi niya, within 48 hours, he can sign the BBL.
But how faithful is this version that came out of the Bicameral Conference Committee, this Bangsamoro Organic Law, with the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro, which your group signed with the government in 2014?
Actually, frankly, we did not get what we completely what we want. But basically, all the substantive issues are included, and still our rating is about 80 to 90% compliant with CAB. And well, we also heed to the advice of the President that if there is in the CAB that is not yet that cannot be accommodated, then we will see in the future if it can still be accommodated.
Now, 80 to 90% compliant when it comes to the CAB in 2014, but they think it won't be difficult to sell this quote-unquote to this new Bangsamoro Organic Law to the people during the plebiscite. You have 90 days to do that, to campaign for it.
We have started immediately after the BICAM report, our consultation, because it's a policy of the MILF that we will be conducting consultation. We started from the top level of our organization, and the acceptability is quite high because I think they understand that well, we are in the negotiation, and we expect that we cannot get all what we want.
Hindi naman 100%.
Hindi naman magiging 100%.
When it comes to the substantive portions of the CAB, what were those issues or features of the BBL before that you would have wanted included, but now because of the approved version by the BICAM, you would have to wait, perhaps under a different charter?
Yeah, one would be in the principle of self-determination.
Yeah. They removed that term.
They remove various terms which are really reflective of the right to self-determination. So nakikita namin yun, although it's not operational, but malaking bagay rin. And then we have also the Bangsamoro waters reduce. We have the powers to the inland waters also reduce. And then the power sharing, it is what is listed only is the powers that will be exercised by the Bangsamoro.
Within the Bangsamoro.
Within the Bangsamoro.
And also the categorization of the powers in the BBL.
Yes,
You have the
yeah.
reserve powers, you have the exclusive powers, and the concurrent
Yes,
powers.
yes.
They removed those
They removed the
identifications.
categorization.
But is the MILF satisfied with the outline of all the powers that the Bangsamoro would enjoy, of course, under the existing constitution?
At least in the categorization, we have categorized only 58 for the exclusive power, but in the listing now, it reaches more than 60.
Okay.
But there is no more concurrent power as defined before. All the remaining powers will still be with the national government, and then we will just establish the intergovernmental relation.
Now let's go to the next important phase of this peace process, the implementation of this Bangsamoro Organic Law. First off, will you be heading the Bangsamoro Transition Authority during the interim?
We
During
will
the
be
transition,
deciding
sir.
that. Although
How likely will you be
more
that?
likely, but the final decision will be still the Central Committee of the MILF.
And of course, it will be the President who will be appointing the members of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, which will be heading the transition until 2022.
Yeah, but the same process with the BTC, we recommended our nominees, and we stated who will be the chairman.
Yeah.
And the office of the president just follow our recommendation. So I think that will be repeated with the BTA.
Because last week, Mr. Iqbal said that you would most likely be the one to be appointed as temporary or interim chief minister,
Yeah.
of the BTA.
Well, it's possible, but not yet final.
Now, based on Article 16 of the Bangsamoro Organic Law, it also says that the BTA, or the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, would also accommodate the Moro National Liberation Front. Ibig sabihin, the establishment or the selection of members of the BTA should have no prejudice to the participation of the MNLF. How many MNLF members, specifically, if possible, from the Nurmiswari faction, are you considering to be included in the BTA?
No, actually, just what happened in the BTC, what we are only very much interested is we will be still leading the BTA. That means we are still majority.
Yeah.
And then the rest of membership will always be, it's the priority of the president also already to appoint and pick. And we also strongly recommend that some brothers in the MNLF, especially those who have representation in the BTC, will also have share in the BTA.
Pero the representation of the MNLF in the Bangsamoro Transition Commission, of course, belongs to a different faction.
Yes, but I think the government can give there are different factions of the MNLF, and maybe the government can give quota to each of the factions.
Now, do you feel, or how much pressure are you feeling now personally as the most likely leader, as the interim chief minister of the BTA? Meaning, let's talk about the pressure being felt now by the MILF to show that it can actually lead the new Bangsamoro territory, because you have been negotiating for so long, and finally, let's come to this.
Well, to me, this is the biggest challenges we will be facing in our struggle, because Now, we will be, it's the reverse. Before, people are the one trying to serve us, support us as revolutionaries. But now, being in the government already, our responsibility is to make people feel that they really have their basic needs are addressed by the government. So it will be a very big challenge. And this, although we have been in the organization and the struggle for more than 40 years, but this is the first time to be in government,
Yeah.
and it will be a very challenging situation.
But